Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. This is Tata Lucero coming back at you with another video. So today, guys, we're gonna be discussing the dangers of zombie work. Okay, so I know I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and actually make videos with you guys and everything of the sort, but I have been busy with the godchildren and it's just been extremely busy. So today I just wanted to make this video and kind of get back to some of the emails and things people have been writing in and things of this sort, and even some of the questions that the god kids have been asking and what have you. So yeah, guys, jumping right into it, right? Okay, so when it comes down to zombie work and these types of things, I have a lot of people that write in requesting this type of work. Now, the thing that you guys have to keep in mind and that you have to remember is that these types of works, they're very dangerous, okay? There are side effects to these works, and they're not something to take lightly, and it's not the first thing that you should necessarily jump into when you get into love workings and things of this sort. You know, a lot of people write it in and they want, you know, such and such or their lover to come back to them and things of this nature, and oftentimes they want the quickest and most effective thing. Now, you have to understand that these type of things, if you should change your mind later down the line and say, you know what, I don't want to be with this person anymore, you're gonna have a very rude awakening. And I'm gonna tell you why. I had a situation recently where there was a specific client of mine, and I'm not gonna mention, you know, the individual's name or whatever, but there was a lady that got certain work done from me, and it was a specific type of zombie work within the Palo tradition. Now, the thing that I'm gonna say about this, right, is that this work, when it first started, she was very patient, you know, she was very well handled in the situation, you know, controlling emotions and things of this sort. However, what ended up happening was that she decided that she no longer wanted to be with the individual after he already started displaying an interest in her and coming back around. What ended up happening was that this thing took a very insane and very twisted turn. I mean, this, I will say, is definitely one of the most extreme situations that I've ever seen, or the, let's just say, one of the most extreme effects of the zombification work. And what ended up happening was she decided that she no longer wanted to be with the individual any longer. And so what ended up happening, you know, she ended up moving or whatever, so she was no longer even in the area. And what ended up happening is this individual actually went to a spiritualist and began placing work on her to try to hunt her down. He was going to her old place of business, to her work, just showing up in random places looking for her. People were calling her, texting her, letting her know, like, oh my God, this person is looking for you. And they're being very persistent and they won't stop. So yeah, you know, this definitely took a crazy turn. And the thing about it, and you know, guys, I keep it real with you. When I looked into the situation, the spirit straight up said, like, you know, you can do cleansing, and the best you can really do is redirect this type of work, in the sense of trying to push the spirit to take that person in another direction. Because let me tell you this, when you place this kind of work on a person, when it hits, okay, because it will hit, it might take some time and maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month or two. But I'm going to tell you something. When that work hits that person, it is a different ball game, because now that person is no longer themselves. They are inhabited with a force that is not of this world. They are inhabited with a zombie spirit. And a zombie, in a sense, a lot of people think that a zombie is the same thing per se as like a muerto or a muerta. And to a certain degree, there are similarities, but it's different, because when a zombie is prepared in a very specific type of way, which I cannot get into on the video, but this type of work is amplified, okay? It is empowered in a certain way that is different than simply sending the dead to a person or sending the dead to influence a person. It's a completely different story. Now, the reason why is this kind of work is very permanent. It is not a work that is simply, you know, you put it on and then you just take it off whenever you want. It doesn't work like that. You know, and a lot of people, you know, that is why, you know, when I'm dealing with clients and things like that, I warn people ahead of time. I say, you have to be aware of the things that you want. You have to be aware of the possible side effects that can be taking place with this kind of spiritual work. Now, you know, and I tell people, you know, it's not always the first thing that you want to jump into, you know, and a lot of people, they don't listen to instructions and they don't listen to the warnings that their spiritualist is laying forth for them. And this is why they end up in trouble. This is why they end up with certain things going wrong. You get what I'm saying now? And the thing with the zombie work, it goes beyond, right, the regular love work of, you just follow the instruction, you do what you need to do, and you let the spirit do the rest. It's different than that, because once that work is laid forth, once that work is laid out, okay, there is no going back. There is not a cleansing that can be done from a distance to cure that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not somebody that just, we sit here and just tell you what you want to hear. The bottom line is this: when that kind of work is laid forth on a person, there is absolutely no going back. There is no cure for that. There is no way to take a zombie off of a person. It is near impossible. Is there ceremonies and things, certain type of cleansings in person that can be done? I would say it will have an effect, but to completely break that work can take periods of 21 days, months. It's near impossible, okay? And this is just the time that it would take alone to even attempt in person to try to break something like that. So guys, keep that in mind. If you do need to reach me, I will be offering services again for limited time. My phone number is 330-904-3190. Again, that is 330-904-3190. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope everybody's staying blessed and doing well. Salam alaikum. Malaikum salam.